Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you're new here, I want to thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new to me, I am an author, I am a writing coach, I'm a mom of 5, and I'm a boy mom. So I have 3 boys and 2 girls. And depending on where you are, your kids may be back in school, but here in Michigan, they go back to school on August the 26th, which is next week. So I wanted to come on and share some back to school tips and tricks with you guys. So if you're a mom, if you're a momty, if you're a godmom, if you're a grandma and you have kids that are still in school, this video is for you. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, and come on over and let's dive into it. So this year, I have a senior. My son Gabriel, he's 16, turning 17, is a senior this year. And then my youngest, Israel, he's 11, turning 12, but he's in 7th grade this year. So my kids range from 28 to 11. So I've got a big range there. And back to school can be stressful, but I find it exciting. While I love having my kids at home, I do look forward to when they go back to school and I kind of get back a little different rhythm in my house, a lot of time that I can focus on business and different things. And so some of the tricks and tips that have helped me over the years, I'm going to get into it. One of the tip is, which is really important, is bedtime routine, right? Even for your teenagers, they need to get to bed to get at least 8 hours of sleep. So my son Gabriel, he wakes up early. He's an early bird. He gets up about 4:45 a.m. of his choice. That's not my requirement. That's not my husband's requirement. He gets up early. And so I encourage him to get to bed by 9 o'clock, right? If it was up to him, he would go to bed at 11, but I don't believe that's enough sleep. Now, for my 11-year-old, his bedtime is 8 o'clock. And I know that sounds old school, but they need adequate amount of sleep, at least 8 hours. If you could pull it off, 9 hours, right? And so we're at a place where my boys, they don't fight me about bedtime. We start our evening, dinner, we start winding down, showers, and, they read a book and different things like that. Screen time is off for them, like at least 2 hours before bedtime. So they don't fight me on going to bed. And they wake up restful. They don't wake up grumpy and all of that. What has worked for me is at least 1 week before school starts, we start to get into our bedtime routine in my house. I recommend that you try it. If something else works for you, then go ahead. There's more than one way to skin a cat. No pun intended, PETA. Okay, so that was tip number 1. Tip number 2 is it goes with the nighttime routine. What has worked for me, like time and time again, like in my 28 years of parenting, what has worked for me is the night before, we pick out either the clothes for that day, or on Sunday night, we look at the weather for the week and we pick out a week's worth of clothes, 5 days worth of clothes. And when I say worth of clothes, I mean the shirt, the hoodie, the pants, the socks, the shoes, right? Backpacks are packed the night before because stuff happens. And if you're not prepared in the mornings, it just makes for more of a hectic, kind of stressful morning. I don't want to start the day off, left being stressed. And I definitely don't want them to go to school feeling stress and tension. So this has helped me over the years The night before, either you lay out the outfit for that day, or really old school that I do most of the time is that Sunday night, I'm like, let's look at the weather and go pick your 5 outfits for school for the day and for the week, school for the week, 5 days worth of outfit. And that includes if your child is in middle school or in high school and they need to change for gym, they pack their gym clothes in their backpack and take it to school. Don't forget deodorant. And if you have a girl, wipes, wipes for the hot spots and deodorant, right? And a little scented lotion or a little perfume, so that they're nice and fresh. But that is tip number 2 that is tried and true, that has helped me tremendously. I can't even talk about that enough. Now, moving along with the morning routine, one of the other things that I like to do is I like to meal prep. And by that, I mean you can meal prep for dinner and you can meal prep for lunch and you can meal prep for breakfast. But I'm going to talk about breakfast and lunch here. So for breakfast, I rotate. So my kids have oatmeal. We don't do cereal anymore. We cut that out a while ago, but they do oatmeal, and that's like, the good oatmeal you put in the microwave or you do the stovetop, with cinnamon and vanilla and stevia and a little honey. The kids love it. It sticks to the ribs. It's nutritional. So we do oatmeal at least twice a week. Now, we rotate between boiled eggs and toast, right, for once a week, and then waffles and pancakes. And the way that I meal prep this is I make a couple different flavors of pancakes. It's plain and sometimes banana and sometimes strawberry. And I make a bunch that will last, like 10 pancakes that will last, several days so they can have that. You can do that with scrambled eggs. You can make the scrambled eggs ahead of time, portion them out, put in your refrigerator. We do waffles as well. I make the waffles sometimes. And sometimes when I'm out of time, I just buy the ready-made one and we pop it in the toaster, drizzle on a little sugar-free syrup and have some fresh fruit on the side. So that's the rotation for our breakfast, which really helps. You can get a baked pan about this size. And just if you have boys eat a lot. They're like a vacuum cleaner and their stomach have no bottom. So I make like a big thing of waffles and a big baked dish like this, casserole dish of pancakes. I boil like a dozen egg. I have fresh fruits, bananas, strawberry, apples, ready. Sometimes I'll even cut up, like a fruit salad and I'll have that ready. And I have some yogurt on the side. So prepping breakfast is super important. The night before, I do the same for lunch. Now, I am not packing lunches on a daily basis anymore because my boys are older. Again, 16 and 11. They're both turning, having a birthday in a couple of months. One's turning 17 and the other one's turning 12. So I supervise them making their lunches. Now, my high schooler loves peanut butter and jelly, and he would have it every single day, but I don't think that's healthy for him to have peanut butter and jelly every day. And so we rotate, especially when the weather starts to get cold. We do soup, we do chili, we do stews. Once a week, I do let them take pizza. They can have pizza cold, but they also have stuff to warm it up at school. And then also like a salad, or I'll do a grilled cheese sandwich, sometimes just the cheese, and sometimes with chicken breast or turkey breast or something like that to make it more hearty, right? So that's kind of our lunch rotation. My kids don't eat school lunch. They don't like school lunches. I don't know what the thing is with that. It's probably like a health thing. From my oldest to my youngest prefer not to have school lunch. So we always pack a lunch. Get a good thermos, so you can put your soup and your stews and your chili in the thermos. We do those sandwich bags for, fruit that can go in there. Carrot sticks, celery sticks, can go in there. You can send, I know a lot of schools are doing like nut-free, so you have to kind of gauge it if your school will allow your child to bring a little bit of peanut butter so that they can do peanut butter with their celery sticks or cucumber sticks like that, right? But lunch is so important. We pack the lunch the night before, so it's literally grab and go. We don't do juices or milk because you have to, figure out a way to keep it cold and all of that. So we do water. My kids drink water. Kids need a lot of water. So get a good, water bottle that will keep the water cool or cold, however they like it. My high schooler loves cold. My 11-year-old, he doesn't care. So, get a good cooler. Don't spend too much money. I do TJ Maxx or Burlington, those double barrel ones. You can get them for anywhere from $10 to $12. My high schooler, he'll keep his. My 11-year-old, we go through a couple of them because he leaves it on the bus, he leaves it at school, all the things, right? Mom drama. Mom problem. So, school lunches are super important. And then when it comes to dinner, I have a hearty dinner. I use my crock pot. I do a lot of casseroles. I'll bake 2 chickens, with potatoes and carrots. That's enough food for like 2 days for my boys. It's supposed to be more, but they eat a lot. So like 2 days, I'll do a pot roast, again with mashed potatoes or baked sweet potatoes, and I really cook like 3 times a week, and it's enough that I don't have to cook every day. And then my husband's in charge of dinner for the weekends. So because I have boys cooking 2 to 3 times a week, hearty, chicken thighs with a nice tossed salad and baked potato or a pasta dish, or I make lasagna, from my garden. I have zucchinis. And so I'll make a zucchini lasagna with ground beef or ground turkey, and I'll make 2 of them. And, they'll like have 2 slices, like 2 massive slices, but again, meal prepping, depending on your work schedule, you can do this on the weekend and you just warm up your food, mom, dad, grandma, whoever, just warm up the dinner to make your life kind of easy. I am busy, so I don't have time to cook every day, and my kids are busy. So meal prepping really helps me a lot. Another tip for back to school is if you're into vaccination, then I'm talking to you. If you're not into vaccination, you can, fast forward through this video. But my kids get the flu shot. I get the flu shot. And so before school starts, it's a good time to schedule their physical. It's a good time to get their flu shot. If you're all doing the COVID booster and all of that, it's a good time to do that. I do that. My younger one has seasonal allergy along with me, and then we're allergic to, pollen and dust and grass and all the things, right? And so make sure you stack up on your allergy medication. Iz and I both take a daily allergy medication, but make sure you're stacking up for that. That really, really helps, for them to get their flu shots. And if you're into emergencies or the vitamin C, the powder one, this is the time to stack up before the weather gets cool and everybody's, sniffling and coughing and your kids come home, and as a part of their morning routine, vitamins, their emergency or the powder vitamin C, that heavy dose one, a few times a week to kind of build up their immune system, because they've been out of school all summer and they're home away from the massive loads of kids, but now they're going to school and they're going around kids with allergies, with coughs, with flus, with COVID, all the things. Another tip is hand sanitizer and wipes. I know that for elementary moms and parents, the school will give you a list of school supplies that you will need that includes hand sanitizer and wipes, but middle school and high school don't. So I send my kids to school with their own little personal, hand sanitizer and wipes. And as they run out, I'm like, let me know, check your locker, check your desk, every couple of weeks, what do you need? So you can wipe down your desk and things that you're touching. That has been super beneficial for me even before COVID, but especially, after COVID. We had to turn that way, way, way up. Now, with regards to school supplies, if your child is in middle school, then they probably sent you your school supply list either in the mail or email. Middle school and high school, they don't do that. They do that. They send you something once school has started, but you can just search Google and search the grade that your child is in and go ahead and get some of those school supplies already. I tend to wait now because I have a high schooler and a middle schooler. I tend to wait. They've already got their backpacks. Like my high schooler, he's using his backpack from last year, and my middle schooler needed a new backpack. My kids do not get a new backpack every year. I buy the sturdy ones, the good quality ones, and we get at least 2 years out of it. And even when school is done, that's the backpack that they use when we travel, when we're, going to New York or Florida or wherever we're going, and it's not going to be like a super long vacation. I pack their stuff in the backpack. So depending on, your budget and whether or not you buy your child a new backpack every year or you do it every couple of years, whatever works for you, every couple of years work for us. Now with school clothes, because my boys have fall birthdays, is October 11th and Gabe is November 9th. I don't do a whole bunch of back to school clothes because they're going to get clothes for their birthday. And then Christmas is right after that, they're getting clothes. So what I do is I go to the outlet because I am frugal Franny. I rarely ever pay full price for anything. So here we have a lot of outlet malls here. We also have Ross here. We have TJ Maxx, we have Burlington, and then we have Great Lakes Crossing and Tanger. So we typically go to Great Lakes Crossing for Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, those outlet stores because my boys like those gym shoes. And I let them pick 2 gym shoes. So they get 2 gym shoes. They're still fitting in the gym shoes from last year because they got stuff at Christmas and, birthday and all of that. So they're still fitting in their gym shoes from last year, but they get 2 new gym shoes for back to school, right? And like their gym shoes for last year, they can use those for gym time. But I like to rotate so their stuff lasts them. And at the outlet mall, I don't spend more than $40 on a gym shoes. Sometimes I look out and it's like $30 because I'm a vet. I ask for a military discount, and Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas, they are really good about that. They give us like a 20, sometimes 25% discount on top of the big, massive discounts they already have, right? So we look out every year. We go to Great Lakes Crossing or another outlet. I know like one year we were in Florida and we went to an outlet there. And another year we were in Canada and we went to the premier outlet mall there, which is massive. But they get 2 gym shoes for back to school. Every other year they get 1 backpack. And then I do buy a few outfits. Now my teenager, he is even more frugal than me. He likes to get a lot of his joggers from Walmart because he's, black, gray, no logo type deal. Every once in a while, he let me buy him like a Nike or Adidas or something like that with a little symbol on it. But he likes to keep it simple and practical. My 12-year-old, he wants all the names. All the names, but I mix it up. I get him a couple of joggers and a couple of sweatshirts at Walmart. I get a couple of things at Burlington. I get a couple of things at TJ Maxx, and I get a couple of things at Ross. But that's the rotation of their clothes. I don't spend hundreds of dollars. I may spend $100 each child for specifically back to school clothes. That includes the gym shoes and a couple of outfits because they have clothes from last year. And when school starts, the weather is still warm. So they're still wearing like shorts and stuff. So that's what has worked tremendously for my family. So I covered breakfast, I covered lunch, I covered backpack and clothes, I covered back to school vaccination. And I'm trying to see what else. Oh, and bedtime and evening routine. Tell me, share with me in the comments below if you're a mom What tips and tricks do you have for back to school that helps your life as mom or dad, life be easier and the transition to back to school easier for the whole family? Drop a couple of your tips and tricks in the comments, and I hope that you found my tips and tricks helpful. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. Have a great day and have an amazing back to school new school year. Bye, guys.